Hey, yo, it's Auntie Jessie. So, Ghislaine Maxwell has now officially urged the Supreme Court to overturn her conviction. This is coming from CNN from today. Ghislaine Maxwell, former girlfriend of Jeffrey Epstein, urged the Supreme Court on Monday to take up her pending appeal and overturn her sex trafficking conviction, claiming she was covered by an agreement Epstein made with federal authorities that shielded her from prosecution. Is that how that works? This case is about what the government promised, not what Epstein did, Maxwell's attorneys told the justices in a new brief. Okay, but Epstein could not have done what he did without her careful planning and scouting of girls at high schools, right? Because arguably, there was no way Jeffrey Epstein was going to be able to go to those high schools and be like, hey, girls, you want to be models and masseuses? Okay, so, Epstein, he's, blah, blah, blah. Okay, but this bitch, all right? Okay, she got sentenced, and that's correct. Because she helped him do these horrible things. Those talks were not mentioned in the latest Supreme Court filing. They're referring to her talk with Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche, which is fucking weird as hell. President Trump built his legacy in part on the power of a deal. And surely he would agree that when the United States gives its word, it must stand by it. It's not working like that anymore either, so jot that down. That was her attorney who said that. We are appealing not only to the Supreme Court, but to the president himself to recognize how profoundly unjust it is to scapegoat Ghislaine Maxwell for Epstein's crimes, especially when the government promised she would not be prosecuted. What? First of all, why did the fucking government promise that she wouldn't be prosecuted? Also, remember, Ghislaine was raping children too. So, in her appeal at the Supreme Court filed in April, Maxwell argues that she should have been covered by a non-prosecution agreement Epstein secured as part of his agreement to plead guilty. What? Okay, why are you involved in if you are covered by his guilty plea, then you are also part of the fucking guilty party. Jesus God. In her appeal at the Supreme Court filed in April, she argues that she should have been covered. That's bullshit. Her attorney has argued that appeals courts have taken different approaches to the issue of whether a non-prosecution agreement with the United States is nationally binding. I mean, what is anymore, right? I thought the fucking Constitution was, but, we're fucking around with that too. Government's argument across the board is essentially an appeal to what it wishes the agreement had said rather than what it actually says. Okay, but who made that deal? Was it Pam Bondi that made that deal, by the way? I know she was involved somehow back then, but I mean, I might be wrong about that. But I know that Pam Bondi was involved with Epstein prosecution back in like 2006. Yeah, so Epstein pleaded guilty in 2008. To state prostitution charges. He called these children prostitutes. Prostitutes. Children. Prostitutes. Prostitutes, if you will. And then he died by suicide in prison right after he pled guilty. Nice. Okay. Oh no, he was charged and he was indicted and then he died by suicide, of course. The Trump administration has been defending the charges. This is all entirely just to get you mad and confuse you about Maxwell. Maxwell is just as guilty. She procured those fucking children for him to rape, and she raped them along with him. Here's the thing. This part right here, okay, died by suicide in prison, okay. They want you getting mad when they say things like, well, Maxwell might just be a victim. She just might be a victim. They want you to get mad, and they want you to be looking at that so that you'll forget that Jeffrey Epstein did not kill himself. If I had to place a bet upon it, it would be $5 on Trump ordered the hit. Hey, that's where I'm at. Petitioner was not a party to the relevant agreement. Only Epstein and the Florida USAO were parties. Fantastic. You know. So anyways, what the fuck do you think? I don't even know. I don't even know how they're really going to be able to steer this away from the people. I mean, it's working in the sense, like I said, we're all talking about fucking Ghislaine now. And talking about all the things that make us angry about her. And we're not talking about the fact that Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself. Some weird shit. I'll catch you cool cobras later. Oh, bye.